Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be unboxing, building, and reviewing the Mode Envoy. It's Mode's current 65% keyboard option, and it's said to be an extremely good value for its price. I missed my chance to buy the original Mode 65, so when the Envoy was announced I was really excited and immediately purchased one. It has a brand new mounting style utilizing mounting blocks to provide a bouncy typing feel that's also adjustable. The base price is $219, and the keyboard configurator allows you to choose different colors and materials, which will affect the final price. There are a good handful of different options, so you have a lot of freedom to create a unique build. Plus, as a bonus, you can bundle other parts with your purchase, such as the keycaps, for a nice discount. I took full advantage of this and ordered every single part directly from Mode, saving me $65. Here's a quick look at my full order. Before we get into it, remember to subscribe to help support my channel, and be sure to check out my other social media platforms too. I'll also leave any relevant links for the Mode Envoy in the description. Thank you so much, and back to the video. The Envoy comes packaged in a protective carrying case. In the middle pockets, you'll find all of the various hardware and accessories needed. Specifically, you'll find the mounting blocks and feet, screws and screwdriver bits, and USB-C daughter board. The top pocket has my Durock V2 stabilizers, screwdriver and switch keycap puller, FR4 plate, and PCB. This is the solder version, but it also comes in hot swap. And finally, on the bottom is the accent piece and weight, and the case itself. Aside from just the keyboard, I also bundled some keycaps with my purchase. I chose the light colored anthracite set to pair with my black colored case to add contrast. I also got the foam kit to further tune the board. There are 3 layers: PE foam for the PCB, pour-on foam for the plate, and another pour-on foam for the case. I understand that foam is not for everyone, so it's really up to you if you decide to use it or not. I chose Mode's Tomorrow tactile switches. They come mixed up with different stem colors, which goes along with their other Tomorrow themed items. They didn't wow me on my first impression, but I started enjoying them more the longer I used them. Typically, I like an aggressive tactile bump, but these were gentler and more rounded. Additionally, they have a satisfying long pull stem for a great bottom out. But remember, long pull switches can sound harsh to some people. On their website, they claim that they come lightly pre-lubricated with Krytox 205G0. When I opened them up to check, I definitely wouldn't call these lightly lubed. In my opinion, if you can see any white, that means that they're over lubed. When it comes to lube, I always think that less is more, and especially when it comes to tactiles, you don't want to overdo it. The only additional lube I applied was bag lubing the springs, and I wouldn't recommend doing anything more. Overall, I actually think that most people will enjoy these switches. I just have some specific preferences that may be different from your own. Building this board is not difficult. First and foremost, I tested the PCB to make sure that it was functioning properly. To prep the PCB, I first installed the stabilizers. I used a combination of dielectric grease and Krytox 205G0 to tune them. Then I place my foams and plate and solder these switches into place. The silicone dots are cleverly installed inside of the weight and act as keyboard feet. Then the weight, accent piece, and daughter board can be screwed into the case. The mounting blocks come in two varieties. One is a squishy green lattice, and the other is more solid but still rubbery. I decided to start with the green ones because I wanted to experience the full effect. They're simply wedged into these little openings in the case. Two screws hold the board together. These are not meant to be fully tightened. Their only purpose is to make sure the board doesn't fall apart when held upside down, so they should be left extremely loose. All that's left is to put on the keycaps, and the build is complete. The Envoy has tons of customization when it comes to the buying and building process. You have a wide choice of different colors and materials for all the parts, and you can experiment with different foams and mounting blocks during your building process. So really, no two Envoys will be the same, which is very cool. As for my personal build, I found that the Lattice Block Mount has a fun amount of bounce to it. I did want to note that I'm not using the bottom case foam because that removes most of the squishiness. After getting used to the switches, I really started enjoying them. Long pole stems seem to be the current fad right now, and I can't complain. For me, the rounded tactile bump is gentler than what I'm used to, but for some reason, I don't hate it. I've actually become a little addicted to this new typing feel that I'm not used to, and I'm having a lot of fun typing on this board. But there is one thing. Personally, I'm not happy with the black case. I was expecting the keycaps to be a lighter shade, and I thought that they would pop more. On Mode's website, they have pictures like these, which make me think the keycaps were wider than they actually are. Though it's probably just my misunderstanding. Nevertheless, the keycaps are darker than I would have liked, so I don't think that the black case works with them. I'll leave you guys with a sound test of my personal configuration. I'll upload a longer sound test trying the other mounting blocks and case foam later on. If you like this video, remember to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.